And this is at like 2 a.m, the day of my wedding.
Sometimes DIY, it seems that like you think you're gonna save a lot of money.
Leah's family didn't think I could pull it off. They saw me screw up the first time. They're like, he has no idea what he's doing.
Tell us about the experience with looking into quotes for florists.
I couldn't get over the fact that I was there.
Yeah.
At my wedding, outside of the venue, and I had no idea if I had any decoration inside. I show up to the meeting. This is maybe like 3 weeks before the wedding. I'm not leaving here until you give me the finalized quote and I pay you.
I also heard your wedding was extremely fun. I would love to know what like a few things that you guys did that like you think made it fun like that.
I said, hey, everybody like gather. I have a little surprise, and then we made a little scene out of it where the guys undressed me, and then I just opened my shirt like Superman, and there's a
Welcome to Wedding Wednesday, the podcast that's about to spill all the tea on what it's like to plan a wedding from the bride's perspective. I'm creating the podcast I need to keep me sane and feeling less alone as I plan my own wedding. We're diving deep into the hilarious, messy, and sometimes crazy world of wedding planning and wedding horror stories. Get ready to laugh, cry, and maybe feel a little less alone in this wedding planning madness. Hello. Welcome back to Wedding Wednesday. My name is Adriana, and today we have a special guest. We have a groom telling us his perspective on what it was like planning his wedding and dealing with some specific vendors. Before we dive right into it, I want to ask you if you can subscribe, rate, review the show because it really does help our podcast grow. And with that, let's intro our guest today. Say hello to Jad. Hi, Jad. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
You excited to be here today?
I am actually. I'm very excited.
I mean, as an avid podcast listener?
I do listen to a lot of podcasts. This is the first time I'm on one.
Yeah. So how does it feel to actually be like on the flip side now?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Stressful, but it's pretty exciting actually.
I'm super excited to speak to you about all of your vendor scenarios that have happened during your wedding. But before we dive into that, tell us a little bit about what your planning experience was like as the groom planning the wedding. Were you really, really involved? If so, what kind of tasks were you taking on as well? Would love to hear that. That's
a good question, actually. I did get quite a bit involved. So I got married July 8th, 2023. Mm-hmm. So almost 2 years now. And we got engaged in December 2021.
Okay.
So we had quite a bit over a year to plan.
Yeah.
And I was really involved. I mean, I actually thought like my wife is a very anxious type of person. Yeah. So I thought that she was going to be like very anxious during the preparations for the wedding, but she wasn't.
Okay.
But anyways, I went into it planning to be really involved. And I did for most of the things actually.
Yeah.
Almost everything. Yeah. Booking. I helped her find the venue.
Yeah.
You know, we decided on the church together.
Yeah.
I dealt with a lot of the vendors. Like speaking with the vendors, setting up the meetings. Most of them. I mean, obviously, I didn't really have anything to do with her finding her makeup artist or the
hair, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
Well. Mm-hmm.
But everything else I helped out with. We did a lot of DIYs for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So I helped out with those as well. Mm-hmm. Planning them, making them. So yeah, it was
Tell us about some of those DIYs. Like, I'm curious because I don't know if you've heard, but I'm like trying to figure out like what I want to DIY, what I don't want to DIY, what kind of stress comes along with the DIY. And so I'm curious to hear from somebody who actually did it. What did you guys DIY and how was that?
We DIY'd like our seating chart. Okay. We made it ourselves. That was initially we thought about buying something and then just like putting the papers with the names on them.
Yeah.
But my wife Leah, she had a vision of what she wanted to do, and we couldn't find it.
Okay.
So I took it upon myself, to make it.
Yeah. Are you handy typically?
I am handy.
Okay.
I didn't have the right tools. I messed it up the first time, like quite badly, and then I got better tools. So if there's one tip I can give, if you want to do stuff yourself, make sure you have the right tools for the job that you want to make.
Okay.
It's really not that complicated.
Yeah.
Most of the time you can either rent tools or you can use
a friend's.
Like you can have the boards cut at Home Depot instead of trying to cut them yourself with a handsaw.
Is that what you did?
Awful idea. But yeah, so we did like our seating chart. We did a lot of like the decorations on the tables. We did we wanted like a nice big box for the envelopes.
Yeah.
Because we were only finding like these little
boxes.
see-through boxes.
Okay.
And we had a fairly big wedding. We were about 270 guests.
Okay.
So
that's a big wedding, yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to have like a bigger box, and we had an idea for a guest book as well, which was like a vinyl, like record player themed.
Oh, cool.
So I ended up building like a box that my wife decorated to make it look like a boom box.
Okay.
That was pretty nice. We did like the welcome signs ourselves in vinyl on these boards.
Quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The florals themselves, though, you didn't want to DIY.
No, so the florals themselves, we had a vision of what we wanted our venue to look like.
Yeah.
So we booked the Le Garage, the room at the Plaza Rive Sud.
Okay.
Actually, our coordinator there, Cassandra, was on your podcast.
She was. We'll link the episode below. She was great.
She was great. I mean, she was great in the podcast, but she was also a great. She was really good. She was a good coordinator for the wedding. And Peter, the owner there, was honestly was amazing. But we had a vision. We wanted it to be like a party at the venue, and Le Garage has pretty low ceilings. So what we wanted to do.
There's the room below,
it's
right?
The room, yeah, it's the room below with the garage door.
Yeah, so it's open, like kind of indoor-outdoor vibes a bit.
It was supposed to be, but it was like 35 degrees on our wedding day, very humid. So they ended up closing the garage door so that the AC could actually do something inside.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But so, like it has pretty low ceilings. So what we did was we wanted to have hanging florals around the dance floor. You know, because like then when you're on the dance floor, your focus, you know, you can't really gaze outside. You don't really see how big the room. It's a huge venue. It could fit over 400 people.
That room specifically.
Yeah. So, you know, we had enough room to space out the tables. Everybody was very comfortable, but it was huge. So if you could really look around, it would feel empty.
Okay.
But by hanging the florals above the dance floor, when you were on the dance floor, you were like transported to another world. Your focus you couldn't gaze outside of the dance floor.
Yeah.
So that was like our vision, what we wanted to do. And honestly, it worked out in the end. The pictures and the videos are absolutely amazing. And the vibe on the dance floor was unbelievable.
Was amazing.
It was amazing, yeah. But it was too complicated, too big of a project to do ourselves.
Okay.
We also had like we wanted to have like a big green wall with a LED, like a fake neon LED sign where people could take pictures. I thought about building the wall myself, and then I looked into just how much it would cost me in material for the wood, for like the grass, to make the size wall that I wanted, and it was very expensive, and I also didn't know what to do with the wall afterwards.
Right, you can rent them though.
But that's why I went with like a decoration floral. It was all fake flowers except for like the centerpiece on the table.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you had DIY'd it, you could have then rented out.
Oh yeah. I mean,
others.
I could have then rented, but I also live in a 3.5, so where do I store it?
Yeah.
Then I would have to get some storage.
Yeah, fair.
It was fairly complicated.
Sometimes DIY, it seems that like you think you're going to save a lot of money, but maybe in the end, do you really? Maybe it depends on the thing that you DIY.
It really depends on the thing. Like the sign itself, to rent it, we had like this neon sign that said cheers. It was next to the bar. People could take pictures there. It was really nice. To rent it and install it, it was $250.
Okay.
I bought it for $240.
Okay.
And that sign, it's not big, so we kept it in storage, and we'll put it up whenever we move to a bigger place. You know, we're gonna put it up somewhere. So like that's worth it, having or making it DIY or buying it yourself, more than renting. But like florals themselves, if you're gonna buy them and make something out of it, I don't know. I don't really know if it's really worth it.
Yeah, something that just not.
Yeah,
okay.
But like the seating chart that we made, I made a pretty big seating chart board.
We'll have to put out some pictures.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find some pictures.
Yeah,
but
please.
It was pretty nice. But the funny thing about that one is Leah's family didn't think I could pull it off.
Yeah. Everyone was skeptical.
They like, she had this vision. It seemed complicated. They saw me screw up the first time. They're like, he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
In the end, it actually it came out very nice. So nice that when my sister-in-law, when she got married, she asked me to make a board for her, for her seating chart as well. And I made that one bigger than the one I made for our wedding. And she used it for her wedding. And some people saw it at her wedding, and they asked her where she got it from, because they wanted to use it, at least like the frame.
Yeah.
Change. She had put like wallpaper on it.
Yeah.
Before putting the seating, like the papers with the seats and the names. They wanted to just change the wallpaper but use the same frame. And since we had built it, it was ours. We just gave it to that couple, and they used it for their wedding the year after. Big hit. Or later that summer.
Maybe I'll be reaching out as well for a DIY seating chart, or a beautiful seating chart. Antoine too is like considering maybe making ours, but I don't really even know what vision I want yet. But it's good to know that you can do that. Really good to know. It's
actually fairly easy. Like, we went to Home Depot, and I had learned my lessons from when I did it. I had everything cut at Home Depot, and the board was done, I'd say, within like 2-3 hours.
Okay, it's fast.
It was, I mean, the first time I did it, it took me a few days.
Yeah, first
and
time
I
always.
screwed up the first one.
Yeah.
But like, after the lessons learned, took me just a few hours. It was done. We had the whole thing set up. We had the wallpaper on there, and it turned out really nice.
Amazing.
So yeah, like DIYs, honestly, if they're not, it's not that complicated.
Yeah,
it's not that complicated. You just have to make sure you give yourself enough time, because if you screw it up,
you have to be able to do it again.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided to DIY some elements, but not the florals. Tell us about the experience with looking into quotes for Florist and like booking the florist you went with in the end.
Okay. So we started looking into florals. At first, we talked to some florists.
Yeah. How early in the wedding planning process did you start speaking to florists?
Pretty early. Like, we got married in July, and we started looking in September the year before. So what is that? 9-10 months before?
Yeah, something like that.
We realized that we didn't have the budget for real flowers.
Yeah, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we figured, like, okay, the centerpiece, we had flowers and candles.
Yeah.
The candles we made ourselves. The flowers.
Wait, I have to ask you about that. So you ordered the vases, you ordered the candles, and then you like set it up the night before, sort of thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
The day before.
That
was a bit tricky, because we didn't know if we had the room on the Friday before the wedding.
But Cassandra would have done it otherwise the day of.
Cassandra could have done it, but I actually had discussed this with the company that did the decoration, the rest of the decoration.
Yeah.
And it was in the code, if we didn't have access to the room on Friday, they could set it up for you, the rest of the decoration. Okay. But Cassandra probably would have also been able to do it. I just had discussed this with the other company.
Fair. Okay, so you're getting quotes from florists, and you're realizing it's crazy.
Yeah. And then we also realized, I mean, they're hanging florals. During our first dance, we were going to have the sparkles. I also didn't really want to have like real, potentially dried up flowers above the dance floor. That could catch fire.
For sure.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about that.
Oh my.
So we started looking into like just decoration, like a decoration company that did fake florals.
Fake flowers, yeah.
And we were recommended a company by another one of our vendors, who, I mean, honestly, by the way, he was a great vendor. He did everything for us, from like the DJ to the sound system to the lights, to the smoke on the floor.
It was your DJ?
Well, it wasn't it was, I had one vendor who got me everything.
All those things, okay.
Yeah, including the DJ.
Okay.
He set up also the sparkles, the smoke machine on the floor.
Yeah.
We had like these smoke guns at one point during the night, which I was skeptical about, but they were fun.
They were fun in the
It
end.
was also very hot, and they get very cold, so it was actually satisfying on the moment.
Good to know.
But anyway, so he recommended us a decoration company.
Sometimes they don't know it, because I had a vendor that I loved that I worked with recommend me somebody else for a different type of service, and I also didn't like that other person. So like,
sometimes they recommend them because they work with them, and they don't actually necessarily know how they are. Because we'll get to it, but I didn't end up going with that company.
Okay.
And it wasn't because of what the results were going to be. We met with the lady, I'd say probably in October.
Yeah.
And we discussed what we wanted to do, what our vision was, and she seemed pretty excited about it. She thought she could do...
This was for the florals.
Yeah.
This decor company.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
She seemed pretty excited. She thought, that she could do that she could create what our vision was.
Yeah.
But she needed the size of the dance floor.
Yeah.
To be able to give us a quote.
Okay.
So we leave. I sent a message to Cassandra. I asked her for the dimensions of the dance floor.
Yeah.
She answers me within a few days.
Yeah.
I send a message to the decoration company, the lady.
Yeah.
We give her the information. Actually, at this point, it was Leah was handling the decoration. She was talking to the girl.
Conversation. Okay. She
sends her the information, and then nothing. And then a week later, we reach out again. She texts her like, "Hey, could you send us the quote?
Yeah.
Can you finalize it? Like, we want to have an idea.
Yeah.
Nothing."
Okay. And what month are you at here?
This is in, like, I'd say early mid-November.
Okay.
We didn't hear back. Like, we didn't get a quote back. We didn't hear back. Multiple messages, phone calls, emails, until February.
Oh my God. That's like 3 months or 4 months. Math.
So in February, she reaches out. She says, "Hey, look, I'm really sorry. I got really sick. I'll send you the quote shortly."
Okay.
Okay. I mean, she said she got really sick, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Leah was still handling this, but she was starting to get pretty anxious about it.
Yeah.
A week goes by, 2 weeks, nothing. At this point, I'm like, okay, I can't work with somebody like this.
No.
So I'm going to start looking into other decoration companies.
Okay.
Leah and I, we sit down, we look on internet, we send a bunch of emails, we book a bunch of meetings. And then we went and we met with two that, they said they had availability on our date and everything. So we get to one of them. We sit down, like we go to her place. We sit down, she pulls out her monitor. We start discussing, and as we're discussing, she's filling out this quote.
Yeah.
At the end of the meeting, she prints out the quote, but there's like a TBD at the end because she needs information on the dance floor.
But you had that information.
We had the sizing, but she needed information on what was above to see what she could mount the florals on.
Right. Okay.
So that was an issue I hadn't previously thought about, but like if you're hanging florals, you have to have something to hang off.
True.
And then she said, "Look, I know your coordinator at the Plaza Rive Sud. I'll contact her. I'll get the information this week. I'll send you the final quote."
Perfect.
I'm like, wow, this looks good.
What good service.
So I send the other, lady. We're like, "Hey, look, I mean, I don't think it's going to work out. Thank you." And then we say this. Within an hour, she sends us the quote.
Oh.
I was like, okay, I'm sorry, but
this
is not gonna work.
No.
Like this is not professional. So we say whatever, thank you for the quote, but this is still not gonna work out.
Going in a different direction.
Yeah. So a week later, we don't have a finalized quote from the other company though.
Right. So looking back, were you a bit too hasty, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I still gave her like 4 months. I don't think that was too hasty.
I agree, actually. Yeah, you're right.
I was done.
You were done.
In hindsight, anyways, we'll get to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a week later, I call back the second company that we talked to, And I asked, oh, can you send me the code? She says, oh, I couldn't reach Cassandra. I didn't get the information. Okay, no problem. Leah emails Cassandra. Obviously, Cassandra replies to us the same day. So clearly, I don't think the lady actually tried to reach out to her.
Probably not.
We get the information that she needed. We send it to her. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Okay, she wanted to discuss some details because turns out she didn't think that we could hang the flowers off of what was there. So she wanted to add poles around the dance floor. Okay. But there's already beams around the dance floor. Okay. I didn't want to have more beams. It was going to look ridiculous. It was going to look like a cage to go into the dance floor. Yeah. So I told her, like, this is not going to work. We need to find another solution. She says, okay, no problem. I actually have an installation at Plaza Rive Sud in 2 weeks. Meet me there on the Saturday and we'll walk through. Okay. I wasn't available. Leah went with her mom. She calls me after. She says, oh, the meeting went really well. She has like a good idea of what she can do. She said she's going to send us the quote by Tuesday. Okay. This is like starting to get pretty close to the wedding. Yeah. Like we're maybe 3-4 months away. Oof, tops.
That's scary.
And what she had said is, once you have the finalized quote, you pay the deposit, and then I put you in my Bible. That's how she called it. And her Bible has all of like the finalized quotes, so it goes into her planning. So I still haven't paid the deposit. I don't have a finalized quote. In my mind, I'm not in her planning. True. Right?
Reasonable.
Right?
Yes.
Tuesday comes by, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening again. The week after, I call her. I'm like, hey, look, my quote number is 3034. Wedding is on July 8th, Plaza Rive Sud, Jad and Leah. Can you send me the finalized quote? She says, yeah, sure. I'll forward the message to another, I guess one of her employees. I don't want to name names.
Yeah, don't name names.
I'll forward the information to my colleague and she'll send you the quote. No problem. It goes by, nothing. So now I start calling multiple times a week.
Oh my God.
I would wake up. I used to work from home back then. I would wake up, make my coffee, get ready for work. And then before working, I would call her. Yeah. And I had my speech. Hi, my name is Jad. I'm getting married at Plaza Rive Sud on July 8th.
Every day.
My quote number is 3034. Can I get the quote? I am begging you. I want to pay you. Yeah. I want to pay you my deposit. Yeah. So that I can just know that I'm going to have some decoration. Yeah. Nothing.
And she brushes you off every time.
Every time she says, oh, yes, sorry, and I was calling her 3-4 times a week. She knew who I was.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was calling.
This is the owner?
This was the owner, yeah.
Okay.
And then at one point, I started calling other companies, and they're all like, sorry, what you want to do is too big. And we don't have the capacity anymore. It's, we're a month away.
Too short notice. Oh my God.
We, our teams our planning is done. I started I took this over because I didn't want my wife to stress. Yeah. I'm fairly good with stress. Yeah. And I was starting to be very, very, very anxious. Yeah. Because this is a big deal. I mean, the room itself is it's not that nice. If it's just empty, there's no decoration. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of rooms are just nice without any decoration.
Unless you go to Europe.
Yeah. Unless you're in a castle.
Yeah, legit.
But so I'm starting to stress a little bit. I'm calling. And then at one point, I'm like, you know what? I booked a meeting as if I was a new customer.
Smart.
On the website. They gave me a date. Like not a phone meeting. It was at the office. Meeting. Yeah. Okay. I show up to the meeting. This is maybe like 3 weeks before the wedding. I show up and I said, look, I'm not a new customer. This is my quote number. I'm not leaving here until you give me the finalized quote and I pay you. And I'm not even going to pay you the deposit. I'm going to pay you the whole thing.
My God.
I just want to know for a fact that I am going to have decoration. Yeah. At my wedding. Yeah. Anyway, so she ended up, it was the owner. So she couldn't, send it to any of her colleagues. It was the owner. We finalized the quote. I signed the papers, paid, and I thought that was the end of the story.
Wait, so at this point, she did not have another date booked. She did not have another wedding booked on your date.
So it was actually a fairly big company. She had, I think, 4 or 5 weddings that day, but she had different teams.
She had different teams.
Yeah.
Got it.
And turns out also that I was already in her Bible. So I had called her so many times that she just put my quote in her Bible.
Yeah.
So I was in her planning.
Okay.
So when she said that, I was like, okay, we're fine.
We're good.
I thought that was the end of the story.
Yeah.
And then she asked me, oh, do you have access to the room, like the venue on Friday?
Yeah.
Because that would be really helpful.
For sure.
I said, I don't know. My coordinator, she told me she's going to be able to give me an answer a week earlier.
Yeah.
Like just a week before.
Mm-hmm.
She says, no problem. As soon as you have an answer, give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. A week before, Cassandra calls me. She says, look, we have nothing booked on Friday. We're going to start setting up your room, your venue. Because Plaza Rive Sud has like 5.
Yeah, they have a lot of
5 rooms.
venues. So rooms.
So she says, we're going to start setting up your room on the Friday. If you want to come, I know you have a lot of DIYs. You can come set them up. If you want to talk to your vendors, you can let them know. Perfect.
Great.
First thing I do, I call the company. And I'm like, we have access to the room on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Amazing. That's going to be so helpful. We're going to come do the setup on Friday. I say, okay, no problem. But they told us we have access from 11 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they're closing.
Yeah.
They reopen the next day in the morning. No problem. We'll be there. We're going to set up. We are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have things to set up as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we show up in the morning. We start setting up all of our DIYs. We set up all the tables. We had made our own party favors.
Mm-hmm.
So we placed all the party favors as well. And then I had to go to get my hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody had showed up yet.
Yeah.
So Leah says, I'll stay so that at least, someone's here when they come.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore, right? She started calling them, trying to see if they were going to come. She got an answer and they said, yeah, we're coming. 5 o'clock comes. They close the venue. And they never showed up.
Oh, no.
So she calls them again and she says, you didn't come. Are you sure you're going to have time to set up tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
She says, yeah, sorry. Our other installation took more time than planned. We're going to be there early in the morning. We'll send you pictures to show you how it looks when we're done.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day is our wedding day.
Yeah.
Obviously, after all the prep in the morning, Leah doesn't have her phone with her anymore.
No.
So, whether they send a picture or not, we have no idea. We have no idea if there's decoration there in the room.
Yeah.
We go through the whole morning prep. We go to the church. We get married. Mm-hmm. And the venue itself, Plaza Rive Sud, is like right next to a golf. So they have a lot of space in the back with trees, like this little river, like a big patch of grass. Very nice. It's like actually very nice outdoor area, and the weather was nice. So we took our bridal pictures with like Leah and I and our bridal party outside of Plaza Rive Sud.
Mm-hmm.
We get there, and our photographers, they're a team. They're 2. Nicolas and Noemi, honestly, amazing human beings. Absolutely love them. They were amazing photographers. The pictures are amazing, but like just them themselves, they're also awesome to work with. And I look at Noemi and I'm like, hey, could you just go inside and just take a picture? Mm-hmm. I want to know if there's decoration.
Yeah.
Like we're there, our guests are inside.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if there's decoration.
Yeah.
I don't know what the room looks like.
And they never confirmed with you. Like they never sent you a final text like, hey, we decorated the room.
So we didn't know because Leah didn't have her phone with her.
You didn't have your phone. True.
At the end of the night, at 3 a.m, we get to the hotel. She checks her phone and there's nothing.
Oh, so you never would have.
They actually never. If she had her phone on her, she would have been anxious the whole day.
Yeah.
Waiting for that text.
For sure.
That we never got.
Yeah.
But the photographer came back. She showed us the pictures. Actually, it was gorgeous. It was amazing. But like I couldn't get over the fact that I was there at my wedding outside of the venue, and I had no idea if I had any decoration inside.
That's not okay for a company to make you feel that way.
No, it's really not. How vulgar can I be?
You can swear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not okay. And like the thing with vendors is they hold you by the balls.
Yeah, they do.
To be a bit graphic, and they know this.
Yeah.
And some vendors, they'll take advantage of you, or they know they're holding you by the balls.
Yeah.
At 3 weeks before the wedding, you can't change. It's almost impossible for you to change vendors,
You're
right?
Screwed. Yeah.
Other vendors, they understand that is a responsibility.
Yeah.
And that they can have like a very positive effect on your wedding.
Yeah.
Those are the vendors you want to find.
For sure, but they're hard to find.
They're very hard to find because you have to gauge the person more than the result. Like it's very easy to gauge, like just an example, a photographer, a videographer.
Yeah.
You go on their website, you see the pictures that they post, you see the videos that they post. Some of them even have like the full film of weddings that they've done available on the website that you can watch. So you can judge them on their end result, but how they're going to act with you leading to the wedding or how they're going to act with you during the wedding, you have to gauge the person. You have to, and that's really hard.
Yeah.
Like that's really difficult. Someone talks to you with a big smile and they're very energetic. You might feel comforted at first. You might feel like you have confidence in them. But you just never know.
Cassandra said when she came on the pod, she said response time is literally your indication for this. Yeah. If it's good response time, you can probably bank on that vendor.
Yeah.
If not, you probably can't, basically.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I realized. I think for vendors, if you're able to answer your email within 24 hours, you're in the top 1%.
Yeah.
You're in the top 1%.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is in this industry, but it seems like it's impossible.
It's hard for them. I don't know. Like they hold you by the balls for one, and for two, some of them don't care. Like literally, some of them don't care.
Yeah, and they don't. I don't know if they don't realize this, but like waiting for a response it's very stress inducing.
It is.
And the longer they take to answer you, like this is not a business to business,
Yeah.
Like at work, sometimes I don't answer my email for a few days.
Yeah.
Because I just don't have an answer for him. And it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it's not B2B, it's like, it's this couple, probably their biggest day, probably the second biggest expense that they're going to do in their life after their house, because weddings are so expensive.
Legit.
And it's so important for them and their whole family. And sometimes just by answering quickly, you can save them so much anxiety.
It's so true.
But the vendors, I don't know. I feel like some of them, they just don't get that.
They don't
or
get
they don't care. But again, that's gauging the person more than the result.
Yeah, your experience with them.
Because some of them, they're unbelievably creative.
Right.
The results are amazing. But you work with them, and at the end of the day, you're like, okay, the result was amazing, but was it worth
the
it?
Stress, yeah.
I mean, the decoration was absolutely gorgeous, and they they actually did more than what we thought they were gonna do. It wasn't just around the dance floor. They even put a ring floral around the chandelier. It was beautiful, but it was also 8 months and 2 vendors worth of unbelievable anxiety. I don't know if it was worth it.
I have to tell you something. After you told me the story, I reached out to that company.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The second one?
The second one. The one you told me that you went with in the end. I was so curious. I was like, because they're a good price. They really are.
They are. I mean, I can't complain about anything other than the fact that I had to beg them for my quote and to pay them.
Yeah.
I don't think that's normal. But anyway.
It's not normal.
No.
100% it's not normal. But I was so curious that I reached out to them and I asked them for a quote. And they came back with a quote pretty fast. But maybe it's because I almost wonder that like when I started communication with them, they weren't in their busy season of like wedding season. So they were able to communicate.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I asked for a quote and it was good. And then I asked them to like rechange a couple things on the quote. And they sent me back that second quote, but they didn't fully understand what I had asked. So that was like the first red flag / validation that I saw, like what you were seeing with this company. But nevertheless, I think I don't know very many decor companies. I only know of this one. There's not that many.
No, I mean, there's not that many big ones. I know a few people who do decoration for events, and they're like a solo team, or they have like one employee.
Yeah.
I don't know how big or how, what their capacity is to do a bigger wedding.
Yeah.
Which might have been the issue with our first one, because it was one girl with one employee.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's not that many. I mean, I searched through all of the internets.
There's really
I found like 3.
Yeah, exactly.
In Montreal.
And a lot of the florists that do real flowers, they don't want to do fake florals too.
No, I mean, it's a lot of work and it's much less money.
It's less money for them. I know.
And they're always gonna push for like their nicer product. I mean, look, real flowers are beautiful, but also at the same time, like you're paying a lot of money for something that's gonna be dead in 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Might as well just rent something that is not as pretty, doesn't look as alive. It also depends what you want to do.
Yeah, it depends.
I wouldn't do a centerpiece in fake flowers.
Yeah. I agree.
But if you're doing like a very like the arch behind the groom and bride,
that could be fake.
It's so far away. You're not really that close to it at any point.
Yeah.
It's
so true.
Mostly for the pictures. It's for the aesthetic of the room.
Yeah.
I don't see the added value of having real flowers there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want, but at the same time, like there's a saying in the personal finance world. It's you can afford anything, you can't afford everything. And that is super true when you're planning your wedding. You can afford anything you want. You can rent out a fleet of Lamborghinis if you want.
Yeah.
But if you're working on a limited budget, then you're gonna have to cut somewhere. So that's another big thing. Like when we were planning our wedding, we looked at everything that we wanted.
Yeah.
And we really wanted this vision, like this decoration.
Yeah.
This idea that we wanted to create like a world around the dance floor. But we just couldn't afford to do it in real flowers.
Yeah.
So if we wanted that vision, we had to figure out a way to do it within our budget.
And you got your vision in the end? We
got our vision in the end. It was beautiful.
Okay.
It was just very stressful.
Yeah.
Leading up to it.
For sure. So maybe looking back, not 100% worth it. I also heard your wedding was extremely fun.
It was.
I would love to know what like a few things that you guys did that like you think made it fun like that.
Yeah. So I mean, the decoration, the whole idea behind that was to create this vibe around the dance floor, where you felt like you were somewhere else when you were on the dance floor. The DJ, like the choice of the music, we were able to gauge our crowd pretty well. I'm Lebanese, my wife is Lebanese, so we knew, and like we have this traditional dance called dabke, and we know we can get like very excited. It could become very fun. It's also very tiring, and it's also very repetitive. So you don't want to do that for too long. And we were able to gauge like the kind of music we wanted to put for like the older crowd, so that they would feel engaged during the night, and also we also knew that they weren't gonna stay until 2 a.m. So what kind of music we would put towards the end to get people back on the dance floor.
So would you say you spoke to your DJ about what kind of vibe you wanted overall throughout the night?
Yeah, we spoke to the DJ, and this is where I say like the vendor, the one who got me the DJ wasn't the actual DJ. Sorry, he had done a lot of weddings, and he was able to guide us through this as well.
Okay.
Like figuring out what kind of music to put where.
Yeah.
How to control the energy during the night. Honestly, I don't remember how many courses we had. We did not sit for any of the course except the main course.
Okay.
And during the main course, we also had the speeches.
Yeah.
At the end of it, we had the like first dance, the father daughter, mother son. So we tried to like group the things, fairly tight around when the guests were gonna be sitting. But we also didn't give the guests too much time to sit.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to drop the energy during the night. So, but having someone that really understands that and that is able to help guide you through it, it was really helpful.
It was really key
for sure. And then also like some things, well, I mean, if you want the party to be fun, the number one thing is also the crowd. So if you have a good crowd, I feel like the party is going to be fun regardless.
Yeah, true.
And I've seen this with like my wedding with like my brother and his wife, their wedding, my best friends. It's often like, a good chunk of the same crowd.
Yeah.
And every wedding is just a crazy party.
True,
so the crowd is definitely important. If you have, and I'm not saying this, I'm not saying you shouldn't have any kids.
Yeah.
But if you have a wedding with a lot of old people and a lot of very young kids, it'll be fun. It's probably not going to last a very long time.
Right.
And it's not a bad thing necessarily, but
no, it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. And
very cool. Go for it. I want to have time to play a quick game of red flag, green flag with you. But just to close off.
I think another thing that is pretty interesting is like if you, and this is a good story, but it was a very last minute decision. But if you add in a little things that aren't traditional to a wedding, it could be really fun and memorable.
Yeah.
So this is a funny story, but like my uncle came from the US. He was staying at my parents' house, and I was staying at my parents' house the night before. And I asked him if he could trim my back.
Oh, okay.
And as he's trimming my back, he's like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you wrote Leia's name on your chest?
It would be funny.
And I was like, you know what? That's actually, and this is at like 2 a.m, the day of my wedding.
Okay.
I'm like, this is actually a pretty good idea. Let's do a big heart with an L in it.
I love it.
So I turn around and then he shaves out a heart with an L in my chest. And like at the end of the night, just before like the photographer and videographer were going to be done, I said, hey, everybody like gather. I have a little surprise. And then we made a little scene out of it where the guys undressed me, like my groomsmen, they undressed me. And then I just opened my shirt like Superman, and there's a heart with an L shaved in my chest.
Yeah.
And the photos and videos that came out of that are just priceless. Like you could feel in the room, like everybody just cracking up. It was so funny. I mean, it also helped that it was late during the night, so everybody was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
But it was so funny, and the pictures, like the before as my groomsmen are around me, and after when I have, the shirt open, you can just see the faces of everybody in the crowd. Like the shift was absolutely hilarious.
I love that. Yeah. That's so good. I love when couples personalize their wedding because it really makes it that much more memorable. So I love that you guys did that. All right, just to close things off, right before we end our episode, I would love to play a game of red flag, green flag with you. Wedding vendor edition. So Jad,
exciting.
Red flag, green flag. The planners knew, but worked 30 plus weddings as an assistant.
Honestly, green flag.
I think so too, honestly. Yeah. She has the experience.
She has the experience and she has the drive. If she's starting something by herself.
True.
She has the drive and she wants her first ones to be good, to promote her company.
Yeah.
Green flag.
Love it.
Yeah.
The DJ says, I don't need your playlist. I read the room.
No, red flag.
I agree.
Red flag.
Such a red flag.
The DJ needs to be able to read the room, but nobody knows your crowd better than you do.
Facts.
So you have to give a guideline.
I love it.
Yeah, red flag.
I agree. The florist might get your flowers, but you won't know until your wedding week.
Red flag.
Big red flag.
Like huge red flag.
Yeah. The cake baker only lets you choose one flavor for the whole cake.
Well, I didn't even know it was possible to have more than one flavor for the whole cake. So either. I would say red flag, but I mean, we only had one flavor, so it's not that big of a deal, I think.
Beige flag, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beige?
Beige, like,
Didn't be like
not
orange?
Not red. Yeah, orange, I guess.
Yeah.
Not red, not green. Just like red in the middle.
Yeah.
Caterer doesn't do tastings until you book and pay.
So we only did tastings after we had booked.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it should be something that they offer. If
Yeah.
it's very important to the couple, they should be lenient. If they're not lenient with this, I think it's a red flag.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes
true.
you have to be flexible.
Would you say the tasting though is actually representative of the food at the wedding?
For us, it was fairly representative. Obviously, like when you're making 280 steaks, they're probably not going to be cooked the same way, all of them.
Yeah.
But the tasting was a pretty fun experience and it was pretty validating. At least the way that they did it at our venue, it was like almost like a date. You go, you have a server. They serve you wine. They bring we had to choose beforehand like 3 or 4 options per course. So they would bring 3 or 4 options. They would like describe them, what the chef decided to do with each.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would taste them. So the experience was fun. It was validating, made me like the venue even more.
Okay.
And it was just a fun experience. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like they don't want to invest all that time and money if you haven't booked with them. But I mean, if it's really important for the couple, they should be lenient.
Yeah. The DJ wants to wear a themed outfit to, quote, match your vibe.
What is it? If he sends me a picture and I approve it,
yeah,
fine.
But
if it's a surprise, red flag. I don't want any surprises at my wedding.
I agree. I totally agree. Jad, thank you so much for joining me on Wedding Wednesday today. We have to do a part 2 because I have so many more things that I wanted to talk to you about today. But for the listeners, where can they connect with you?
So I mean, they can connect with me on Instagram. I think you could put my handle.
We'll put your
there.
handle for sure.
My brother and both our wives, we recently started a company. We do a lot of like customization stuff. Not particularly for weddings yet, but it is something that we want to get into because we've done at this point a lot of DIYs for a lot of weddings. So we don't have an Instagram page yet or a website. It's still very new. But if you have any questions or you want to see if we can help you out with something, you can DM me on Instagram and I'll be glad to answer.
For sure.
Hopefully,
so if somebody wants a seating chart, you can maybe help them out with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
For anybody who has a crazy wedding horror story and would like to share it with us here on the pod, you can email it at hello@weddingwednesdaypod.com. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, do all the things because it really does help our podcast grow. And with that, we will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.